I know, I know.
I hope that sounded like shit, because I sure as hell do not want to be BBC'd by the YouTube copyright goons. And if you didn't know, copyright law for music on YouTube is a joke. These intros are getting more and more unhinged. Okay, so what do we have here? This is the Soundcore Rave 2, and it is a great speaker for most people, except for me. I, sadly, am returning this speaker, mainly because of 2 audio issues. But before I start to rip into the speaker about those audio issues that are pretty much very small, let me tell you about the good. So let's talk sound-wise about this speaker. During my time of reviewing Bluetooth speakers and recommending products to certain people, I've came across 3 different types of audio listeners. There are the bass heads, chill guy, and the worst of all, audiophile.
Let's not make this into like a us versus them kind of thing.
And I probably fit in that because we are just pretentious as f***. I'm going to do a more in-depth video on this, but to simply put, bass head, all you care about is bass. Stereo content, imaging, who cares about that? All I care about is that low end thumb. That's what the bass head would be. Chill guy, you're mostly going to be focusing on features like, ooh, pretty lights. Does it charge my phone? Oh. And what about the waterproof? Can I throw this in the pool? Those are things you should be focusing on if you're the chill guy. And audiophile, what is this? Audiophiles don't like Bluetooth speakers. Some of us do. I like Bluetooth speakers, and I'm an audiophile. I think I am. But anyway, those are the 3 categories to go off of. So I would recommend this for the bass head, and it's mainly because of the size aspect. If I put this against my chest here, do you see how big this is? Like, it looks big on camera, of course, because I've got it all the way up here. Did it just power off on me? Get back on. Oh, gotta love the jingles, right? But like I said before, I was so rudely interrupted. Thank you. I would give this a bass head. Not only do you also have that easy size factor to take on the go, and you can just carry it with one hand, compared to some other speakers that have lots of bass in them. You have a bass up feature on the top. Can you see that right there? It's probably out of focus. You can definitely see it right there. There is a bass up button on here. And through the Soundcore app, you can adjust the EQ to push the bass all the way to the roof at however you want it. So I would definitely recommend it for the bass head. It's going to fill up a room. I wouldn't say if it's like a big old concert hall, it's not going to have that much because, you know, bigger speakers is better. But like for a simple little room that you're in, this will be enough bass to fill it and enough volume. A little bit of the specs though. You have 2 woofers here for that bass. You have 2 tweeters. It looks like I'm flipping off the camera, but you have 2 tweeters right here. Don't get surprised if the soundstage is not that good. Going into the chill guy. Chill guy. So here's the thing. I probably bought this speaker pretty much for the lights. I mean, yeah, they're kind of mesmerizing. The lights are really good, and they don't have those hotspot zones that look kind of ugly. These lights are well done, and I think they even compete up with what JBL does. Also, on the app, you can control the lights a little bit with this little scroll wheel and like do little strobe lights. I believe JBL has the same exact thing. And down here, I hate it when they put these in the speakers. I know somebody out there likes it, like some soccer mom just loves this for their kids or something like that, but this is so cringy.
Ready. Oh my God, bro.
The little DJ soundboard, it drives me nuts. It's so freaking annoying. Remove this, please. Another interesting thing, it does have this kind of like spin the wheel kind of bottle thing or truth or dare. So you press this little button in the middle and I guess it comes with little games in it, which I think is kind of cool. You know, if it's a party speaker, it comes with little games in it. I'm not sure if you're going to use them, but it's there. Why not use it? And it looks good on the side and vertical. Looks good in both orientations. If we go on the back here, you have a mic input right here, which allows you to, and you can also put reverb on it. Here's your volume control. You can adjust the gain. This is where you plug in your DC. Sorry, this isn't USB-C, but you're gonna have to bring around its proprietary cable. Deal with it. And you can charge out other products like your phone, and I'll also show you another cool thing you can do with that. Right here too, you have an aux cable, an aux input, which is definitely great to have. You always want to have aux inputs on your speakers. So definitely a good set of features in there for the chill guy. Let me show you one cool thing here. If you are a person who likes lots of lights and you need to power those lights through USB-C, well, just plug it in the back here and then turn on your light. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So you can have multiple light kind of fixtures, multiple light features powered by one kind of speaker, which is pretty freaking cool. I would definitely recommend this for the chill guy. And lastly, the audiophile. I'm personally am an audiophile, but I wouldn't exactly recommend this for a person who's looking for extremely high fidelity, on a high fidelity or an up there kind of audio experience. Why would I say that? I guess from my perspective, when it comes to audio, when it comes to having a really good audio, is being immersed in the music. And you're not going to get a very good separation of soundstage on here, mainly because you have the two tweeters right here and they're very close to each other. So you're not going to hear the stereo separation. It does say the product is stereo at 120 watts, but you're just not going to hear it. It's mostly focused on that low end trying to be a party speaker, and it succeeds at that. So simply put, I wouldn't probably recommend it for the audiophile. I probably noted this a little bit earlier in the video too, but let's go over the design. The design is really freaking cool. There are a lot of ugly speakers out there, and this is definitely not one of them. These kind of circle figures going around, it is very hypnotizing. And the fact that, like I said early in the video, that it can be laid on its side and laid up like this in two different orientations and still look kind of good, especially in the dark. Design wise, it's definitely kind of a win. And the buttons are easy to understand. You can see them in the nighttime, and you have this little flap on the back. Most of the product is built out of a symphony of plastics, so that's pretty much with most big speakers like this. You're not going to get really cool like types of materials out of it, but overall design, it's really nice. I know there's a good chunk of it that is kind of copying off of JBL, but I think there was one artist that said that copying is like one of the best things you can do. I don't know. I'll put the quote up or something. Now to get into the bad. And let me clarify that this is a problem with me specifically. I still recommend this speaker to most people, the bass head and the chill guy, not the audiophile. As you can see, the guitar has reappeared. Let's shred out just for a second here. Now I want you to notice one thing. Pay attention to this tuner right here. Now, if I'm correct, this tuner should be saying that I am in tune. Watch what happens when I unplug the guitar, because this is running through the Spark into the Soundcore. This is not the Soundcore. Watch if I plug the guitar into the Soundcore directly. See what happens. Do you hear that? Now, minus the distortion being there, it is slightly out of tune. And that's like one of the biggest problems with this. If you notice that on the tuner, it says my guitar is just a little bit off. Now, it's okay if you kind of like that kind of detune, chorusy kind of sound. Also, you notice the gate there. The gate was kind of pretty bad. If you're going for that untuned, detuned kind of style, that it might work out for you. But the thing is, what if you're taking this on the go and you just want to practice a little song on your guitar, play a song through this, practice on your guitar? It's always going to sound out of tune. One of the biggest things, if you don't notice, if you're not a musician, You have to have your guitar in tune when playing to music because it's always going to sound pretty bad, honestly. And you can't fix this on the speaker. There's no setting to go in and like kind of fix the tuning on it. It is detuned by default. This is a sound test of the microphone here, if you just wanted to hear me, right? I'm not sure if you're going to be even able to tell if it's out of tune on this, but how could you tell in the first place? If you're doing karaoke with the speaker, you're most likely drunk. Now, here's the next problem. If I take the guitar jack and plug it back into the Spark. Now the Spark is running into the aux port, right? So that fixes the tuning problem, right? Yeah, it's fixed. It sounds good. It sounds in tune. Tuner says so, right? Here's the problem. If I just wanted to still practice in tune and play to a song on here, you can't. This speaker does not allow you to play from Bluetooth and aux at the same time, which is a big downer. Now, I understand that that's probably a very high use, probably a use case that's a little bit too far for this kind of product, but that means pretty much you are stuck using the onboard amp on this, and the onboard amp on this thing is detuned by default. So those are pretty much the two big issues why I can't keep the product. It's mainly that my guitar or whatever that's going into this, like a microphone, is going to be detuned, and the aspect that even if I run something into it that will be in tune, I can't even play to other songs. So that's my reason for why I'm returning the Soundcore Rave. 2, forgot to say that. Now, if you notice, for most people, these kind of problems that I brought up about the tuning and the fact that you can only play from certain inputs like aux and Bluetooth, this is not going to be a problem. And for most people, I would recommend this. Except if you're a musician, because your guitar is always going to be out of tune. And if you're a person who does like to do singing and you want to hear a proper representation of your voice, I probably wouldn't recommend it. But for the Soundcore Rave 2, most people, you're going to enjoy it. You're going to like it. It's at a good price point, $149. That's pretty good compared to, I think their Soundcore Rave 3 has just came out and it's up there around $300, $400. Yeah, this is a pretty good product for most people. But if you're like me and you like your products to be fully featured, sadly, it was a little bit disappointing to see that the tuning on it was not good. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.